Hello everybody, I'm Antonio. In this first video I'd like to introduce some basic suggestions on how to improve your English vocabulary. But before doing that, I'd like to introduce you the main differences between passive and active vocabulary. The passive vocabulary is the one we need to in the listening and in reading. These are words, chunk of the language that we need to understand the text. This includes the words we stored in virtual memory, in our verbal memory that people partially understand, but not well enough. Maybe we know the pronunciation, but we don't remember the meaning, or we don't remember the spelling or the preposition that goes with it. The more words, naturally, the more words we know, even superficially, the sound, the meaning, even approximately, the more facilitated we are in grasping the main concept in whatever text we are reading. For increasing the passive vocabulary, there are many techniques, approaches, but one I suggest you is to read as much as possible. You can read, and there are a huge amount of resources online newspapers, magazines, fiction and non-fiction books, and you should read as many different subjects as possible. Your main goal here is to grasp the main idea, the gist, without using any dictionary at all. The exercise here is to guess the meaning of the words by using the context, the word that surround the vocabulary we are learning. Instead, moving to the active vocabulary, this is the one we use in speaking and in writing. This is the one that helps you in speaking more fluently without being stuck searching for words. Words stop being passive and become active when people use them regularly and from different angles. This means you know the word pronunciation, the different meanings, the collocations, the synonym, etc. It's normal to have a larger passive vocabulary than the active one, even in your native language. When you choose words to study and learn, if you should decide if you need to know them passively or just, in other words, just recognize them, or to use to in essay, in a review, in a speaking context. So let's move to the technique for learning active vocabulary. The first step is to write down in a notebook or in an app, smartphone app, the words that you already know, but you don't know so well to consider them as active vocabulary. You don't remember some aspect, as I said before. The second step is to pick one day a word, quality over quantity. In my experience, it's fundamental to focus only on very few words, but from different angles. The magic number for memorizing a word is 17. Naturally, it's difficult to reach this number, but we will try to repeat and to learn a word from different points of view. Okay, then you pick this word and search this word in a online vocabulary, Cambridge or the Oxford Dictionary, online dictionary. They are very good. So you search, you click on the button loudspeaker, and you repeat, mimicking the sound you hear from your speaker, and repeat. For example, the word that I've chosen is momentum. So momentum, momentum. I repeat this word many times. And then the following step, first step, is to Google this word, example sentences with the word you are studying. In this case, example sentences with momentum. So in this phase, you should study the word, all the sentences, to understand how they are placed into in the sentence, how you can use it, how the different aspect of this word. Because in the fourth step, the next one is to invent sentences on your own. So the previous phase is really important to be a little bit creative. And then the last and another important phase. So you should review this word you have chosen every week for 4 weeks, and from different point of view. For example, in the first week you should invent a phrase with an affirmative form. For example, with English with Antonio tips and tricks, my English preparation is gaining an incredible momentum. Affirmative form. If you want to make the interrogative one, you can say, using the word you are working on, is my preparation gaining momentum with the tips suggested from Antonio? And then you can go on with choosing different tenses, preparing the sentence, inventing some sentences in the past. For example, 2 years ago I was preparing the IELTS exam, but with the tips suggested from Antonio, in this way I gained an incredible momentum in my exam preparation. And another I've placed under the description, you can find all the transcripts, so you can use for better comprehension, or you can use it to practice listening. Well, I thank you for watching this video, and make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done already, and please remember to turn the notification on, because we have the second part of the video, and the other video will be following next week's. Thank you for watching.